Hi there guys, it's Joel here from Aussie Chart Trends. Today's market update is for Wednesday the 9th of January 2013, featuring daily technical updates of the S&p 500 and the asx200. Before we get into today's video, I've just got to remind everyone that aussiecharttrends.com.au and this video are for educational purposes only. Nothing stated at the site or in this video is intended to be used as any form of investment advice. I'm not a licensed professional. You need to make your own decisions regarding your investments. I'm just here to help anyone searching for a practical direction in today's markets. Okay, so firstly, let's just take a look at the hourly chart of the S&p 500. Looking here on the hourly chart, we've seen this rather large bear flag pattern where we've seen this huge move up in the market, and then we've seen this last bit of buying pressure. Now, we were expecting that the market would break down from this point and that we would see a small pull down. Now, we have been talking about getting back down to this 1440 level eventually, but for the moment, as you can see here, we've had this whipsaw action break down. The thing that we didn't get yesterday was that back test of this broken channel line. Now, as you can see, I've drawn these two new lines here, this yellow one here and this yellow bottom line. Now, the S&P 500 is coming down in this very small descending channel. Now, the other pattern that I want to point out is you'll also notice I've drawn this blue neckline. Now, we may be looking at a left shoulder here, a head, and a small right shoulder. Now, the market's broken down. We've back tested this blue neckline, and so we could probably expect in the short term that the S&P 500 will come down and probably tag around this blue line here. So it'll be interesting to see if this blue line breaks, because the minimum target does actually just break that area. But if we see a reverse in tonight's trade and this yellow line does get taken out, well, we would then be looking at another trip up to around that 1470 area. But for now, guys, I think there's a small little bearish pattern there that has the ability to push this market down. It would be great to see the S&P 500 come down to this level here, even a tag on this 1440 area or a bit lower, and then be able to come back up and tackle this 1470 area. Now, I think if this is going to be a right shoulder, following up from yesterday's update, we've been talking about a very large inverted head and shoulders pattern that may be possibly on the cards. It would be interesting to see if we can find the symmetry of our left shoulder. There we have it there. A left shoulder here, a head, then a right shoulder up here that could potentially round down and then take out that 1470 area. I would love to see that, because that would indicate a massive move up into the 1600s. Okay, let's take a look at the asx200. Following up from yesterday's update, we were looking at this channel here, and it looked as if that the market had broken this channel, but I wasn't sure whether this was actually going to be a false break or not. Now, today we kind of got our answer. We rallied up about 17 points by the end of the day, but then we closed right just on this line here. So it's hard to determine whether the asx200 is ready to come down to that 4,685 level and find an area of support there, or are we going to get a nice bounce here? The question does still remain, but one of these days we will break this channel line and we will come down to test some support levels. Potentially we have the steam to still keep going up and tag up on this overhead resistance area around that 4,850 level. There's no real indication yet, as we did have this inverted head and shoulders pattern back here, but we've reached that minimum expected target now of around that 4,735 level, and ever since we have reached that target, we've just headed sideways to down. So for now, let's just keep our eye on this bottom green channel line. Alright guys, thanks very much for watching today. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, all I ask is that you subscribe. And thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with a free daily market update.